Hi, today we're talking about Kazuya. Enjoy. Roll it. Insert generic. Hey guys, here, welcome back to another episode of Smash Talk. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about Kazuya, the initial reactions to Kazuya, then the thing following it after Kazuya. We're just gonna get right into it because, like, what you guys want to know is Kazuya, right? The homie from Tekken got confirmed as the 5th character of Fighter Pass 2 back in E3. Today, we're gonna be talking about my initial reaction, talking about a bunch of other stuff concerning the community's reaction to it, and we're going to be talking about the latter when the character gets like announced and stuff. We're gonna cover the same thing we've been doing, alright? Don't worry about it. Alright, let's begin. Alright, 3, 2, 1, intro time. Alright, so the initial reaction to Kazuya. First of all, can I just say that was a crazy trailer. Now, 2, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about Kazuya, because the only thing I know about Kazuya is that man's hates shirts. He must extremely hate Hot Topic. I'm just saying. The only thing I knew about Tekken was that it's a fighting game. It was on the same popularity as Street Fighter, and apparently it's even more successful than Street Fighter in some aspects, so that's really fun. And I know it's one of like the big fighting games, obviously, that's present within the fighting game realm. So Sakurai, for one, I have to give him a congratulations, because he was able to get the 3 of the biggest fighting games all together in one: King of Fighters, Street Fighter, and Tekken. That whole realm is crazy that he was able to get all of those characters in one place, and I have to congratulate him on that, because that's crazy. Now, before, if you guys remember Smash 4, he actually was planning on having Heihachi in Smash Bros. Now, I don't know, apparently Heihachi is more of a secondary character now. I don't know if he was a main character before in the older Tekken games or not. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like Kazuya has been there since the very beginning. Overall, I don't know a lot about Tekken. However, I'm not going to be like the rest of the Smash community and be like, man, this character is so irrelevant. Who really cares about these characters? I only play Smash Bros. And I don't care about any other fighting game because, yeah, I want Crash Bandicoot. Give me Crash Bandicoot! Overall, I think the character is fine. Once again, my reaction got cut off, so I had to... you'll never see it. However, I did like the trailer. I thought the trailer was really cool. Apparently, it's a reference to the story of like Kazuya. Is Heihachi threw Kazuya down a volcano, and it was basically like to the depths of hell, and he had to survive hell. I think that's how that works. So yeah, great parenting there. I think he should be given Father of the Year right next to Omni-Man. We're getting some great father representation this year, man. Honestly. Other than that, with my personal reaction, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I play Tekken, because I don't, right? However, before you say I'm being a hypocrite, I'm not hating the character. I quite like the character. I think he could be cool. I saw a few things in the trailer that I noticed. Obviously, the devil mechanic was particularly a move that was getting some screen time, where he kind of turns into a demon, and it seems like it gives him things like an extra jump. It seems like it's kind of like how, if I were to compare it to anything, it would be to Sephiroth's one-winged angel joint, where when he gets a black wing, and he's able to continue on. I feel like a lot of his moves will also be enhanced as well. That's what, from what it seems, that seems to be the way Sakurai is going. Also, I really like the combos that this man has is freaking insane. I'm excited to see what exactly is that character. It seems like they plucked him right out of Tekken, put the character right in Smash Bros. Because he has like all of his moves from Tekken, from the little glimpses we got at the E3 trailer. So I'm really excited to see what the character brings to the table here. And yeah, so with all that being said, like I said, there's not much of a reaction that I have toward Tekken. My initial reaction, I think the character is going to be enjoyable. Can't wait to see what he plays. Is he going to be my new main? No. Simply no, because I'm not skilled enough to these fighting game characters. However, once again, he is cool to see, so I'm excited to see what we get. Harada tweeted out some stuff out that said the character was coming to Smash Bros, and that was really cool. There was a picture he actually made that had Kazuya dangling Ryu over like that little cliff. They're always, I don't know if that's a picnic spot or what, but he's hanging him over the cliff, and everyone's like, no! no, not real, Kazuya, or something like that. And that was, I don't know, I think it's really cool. So once again, am I the most excited for him? I'm not gonna lie and say, oh man, I'm so excited for this Tekken character I've never played. Obviously, I've been more excited at more announcements. However, that doesn't mean that I think the character's gonna be bad and I'm not gonna play him. I am gonna play him. I'm gonna see what's up, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'm gonna flash forward to the meat of the future, and we're gonna go to the direct reaction. Well, not you got the. All right, move on. First impression. Whoosh.
Eventually.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this direct thing for Kazuya. You know what I mean?
大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター空の桜井正宏です、スタジオに戻ってきました。ご覧の通りです。だけどいつものスタジオとはさらに違う広いスタジオを借りていまして
Yo, I feel like he said this this is like the 5th time he said this, bro. This is literally the definition of pick a spot and choose it, Pete's sake. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the official thing. First of all, Sakurai goes in to explain how exactly Kazuya works. Now, like the others, I've decided I'm not going to spend 80 million years on dissecting the character and acting like I know everything I can about him, because that would take too long and I want to make my life easier. I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I said, I'm not even going to begin to explain how his moves work, because similar to Ryu and Terry and Ken and so on and so forth, this is a fighting game type character and he fights very similarly, almost exactly like his fighting game Tekken. And in Tekken they have a bunch of other things that Sakurai explained in there. Kazuya has like 40 different moves in just his like tilts and smash attacks and stuff. Like, you know how Ryu works, where he has like a light, heavy, and then a mid attack? I think Kazuya has something similar to that. Also, there were some cool things from Tekken. From what I can remember, I know one was where if you grab an opponent and you're one-on-one, it like flips the camera angle similar to Tekken, which I thought was a really neat thing. One thing I really like about Sakurai and how he handles characters of third parties is, once again, just the way he integrates certain things into characters, showing how much respect he has for the franchise. It really is refreshing. Alright, so we're gonna go through all his things. Dragon Uppercut. We have the Tombstone Crusher, the Gates of Hell, Electric Wind God Fist, Crouch Jab, Roundhouse to Triple Spin Kicks, Rising Toe Kick, Stature Smash, Crouch Dash, Left Splits Kick, Stone Head, Demon God Fist, Oni Front Kick, Double Face Kick.
Oh my.
So I actually found the next part quite interesting, where Sakurai actually talks about kind of how Tekken is made and how the idea and processes went into integrating Kazuya into Smash Bros. He said something along the lines of Tekken is a game all about spacing, whereas Smash Bros is a game more about location and where your attacks hit. Meanwhile, as said, the Tekken is about spacing and hitting and kicking your opponent and seeing where it lands. And he also mentioned how they compared Smash Bros to Tekken, and normally it wouldn't really work. And once again, this shows, I know I probably said this about 8 million times, but it shows how much care and passion Sakurai has into creating a character like this. Essentially, he said, in this way, because of this, we had to make the character different than what it actually is. Wait, what? They had to make the character and combat it from a different perspective in order to integrate Kazuya properly into Smash Bros. Or else it would just be a Tekken fighter in Smash Bros. And not like you took Tekken and you plopped it in Smash Bros. Kind of similar to how they did Minecraft Steve. I feel like those two characters were some of the hardest to integrate, because with Minecraft there's so much you have to do. But with Tekken, it's more of a fundamental issue of how do you integrate this into Smash Bros. And Sakurai said he had a brilliant idea. Thus comes the Devil Gene. Okay, so since the character has obviously been out for probably months by the time this video is out, I'm not kidding, there isn't going to be much to talk about when it comes to moves. Honestly, I just think the character is really cool. The character is very complicated. I actually tried playing him. I can't figure it out for the life of me. And of course, there's the legendary level 9 Kazuya CPU. Feels like the CPUs back in the day. Y'all remember when everyone was complaining about the level 9 CPUs being too hard? They should honestly just get better at the freaking game. And I mean, shoot, bro, like, what do you want me to say? Oh, man, dude, I love his Devil Wings. I love the way it rises up and hits you at the same time. Man, I love the Devil Wings. Oh, man, I love the B move where he freaking spams the move and he freaking looks like he's ripping his shirt off, his invisible ass shirt every single time. And it hits your opponent and is very annoying to approach unless you're Marth, where you can duck under it and then slash him and punish. I love that move. The move is very cool, I won't lie. But no, since the character's been out for a while, you all should know his moves and how exactly his moves work. He has 40 moves. I know he's very slow on the ground, kind of. His initial jump is very bad, but they made his second jump so good that honestly, it doesn't even matter that his first jump is bad because his second jump is so good. It doesn't even matter. Other than that, there's not really much for me to say personally about the character. I'm not an expert on him, and nor will I ever claim to be, so I'm not here to voice my opinions on that. So we're gonna move on, alright? I like the character, Kazuya. I've explained this all. That's the whole point of the first part, alright? I don't want to hear no bitching in the comments, alright? You don't want this video, and I know you don't. Alright, let's move on. Oh yeah, one last thing, and this is the last thing I'll talk about when it comes to his moves. One of the things he has is the Gates of Hell move that he has. Yo, that joint is sick. The fact that he has a special move called Gates of Hell, bro. Alright, so after that very extensive look into Kazuya's moveset, we now move into the stage that Kazuya is bringing to the table, the Mishima Dojo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this stage is freaking beautiful when all the walls are down and the ceiling is down. I really love the ambience of like the nighttime sky. So the stage works very similarly to Terry's stage. When you start it off, if you play the regular version, you're not gonna be able to kill right away because there are like walls blocking it. So you have to hit the opponent hard enough to where they fly through the wall and break the wall, which I think is a cool concept on paper, but I don't know, something probably in free-for-alls and stuff, this stage would be kind of fire. 100% love the ambience. Out of all the Fighter Pass 2 characters, if I remember correctly, this is probably my favorite one. If I had to say, unless I'm missing something, I think this one is my favorite stage so far when it comes to ambience. All right, not in terms of how the stage actually works. I just like the stage design from a design standpoint. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a stage in like Mortal Kombat. I don't know why. You see Heihachi's old ass there as well, and every time you kill someone, he'll react to the kick. He'll react to the kicks. He reacts to the kills. Like stomping the ground or something, like he's a freaking caveman. Oonga boonga, I am angry.
ところで小ネタなのですが、相合い傘がありますね。原作をよく知る人ならわかるはず。
Why do I feel so left out from this? Tekken has a lot of music, It seems that only a couple of them are new arrangements. 8 out of 39 ain't bad, to be honest. As Sakurai said, there's a lot of history around the series, and it seems like it took one literally from every single Tekken game, from the very first Tekken to Tekken 7. And they have more remixes on Tekken 7. Is that a diss at Tekken 7's movement? What? Oh yeah, and then of course Sakurai gotta go ham with the freaking references, and actually one of the coolest things is that when Kazuya wins, the original announcer from Tekken says, Kazuya wins. That is so fire, bro. That's so fire. So then Sakurai shows off the color variations of the character. Kazuya had 2 costumes. One where he's wearing like this tuxedo. One of them is reference to his son Jin Kazuma. And then there are ones that are references to him in like Tekken 2. And there's another one referencing, I believe the golden was a reference to Tekken 1 in some way. Like I said, I am not going to sit here and act like I know anything about Tekken. I'm glad Sakurai was able to incorporate so much from so many different parts of Tekken. That's one problem that I think a couple characters may have, is that a lot of them reference more modern aesthetics, but this like characters like Kazuya, you can tell there's a lot of references to not only like Tekken 1 all the way through Tekken 7, and that's so cool to me. Alright, we've gotten the cool stuff out the way. Now let's get into everyone's hearts being broken one by one, as the Mii Fighters for this one has done astronomically. So this Mii Fighter showcase in particular was quite damaging. The first costume we got is Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. A lot of people wanted this character in, and obviously this costume, if you guys didn't know, was actually in Smash 4, and it was one of the only costumes left that wasn't in Smash 4. It was not in Ultimate yet, so people speculated that maybe Lloyd would be a character later on, but no, he's not. He's a Mii costume now. That is all he is. It's unfortunate. And next up we have Dragonborn. Fun fact in the reaction, I didn't know what this was referencing. I didn't know what this was. It's Skyrim. I'm so stupid. It's from Skyrim. Now listen, I don't play Skyrim, alright? I don't play Skyrim. Even though it's available in every single console known to man, I don't play Skyrim. So I did not know that was the Dragonborn for Skyrim. It doesn't matter. I thought that was a whole different series. Leave me be, gosh damn it. Oh man, I know this hurt people in the nads. We got Dante from Devil May Cry as a Mii costume. Now I'm not gonna hold you. Looking at his Mii costume, it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, he's got the cool sword. He's got like that devil sword. He has his original costume. I know a lot of people wanted Dante from Devil May Cry, but it just wasn't gonna happen, boys. And I didn't think it was gonna happen. Also, I don't understand why people want that character, but then whined about Smash 4 Bayonetta. He would just be Bayonetta with a sword, and nobody wants that. Let's be honest, nobody wants that. Also, if everything goes to plan, I released a video talking about anime sword fighter argument thing, and like I said, whoever wanted Dante, you're a hypocrite. And finally, the biggest heartbreak of them all, the character that everyone's wanted since Smash 4, Shantae from Shantae. Now, honestly, guys, I have not played a single Shantae game in my life. I know about the character, obviously. And what's really cool, though, is that they have, I believe this is a new arrangement, I think, too. That's probably one of the most things that a character has gotten in Smash Bros. The Bomberman costume is cool and stuff. Shantae being a character is actually really cool, considering that they put the music in there. I think that's so awesome how they're repping the music and they're showing love to the Shantae and Wait For It and stuff. Maybe one day Shantae will be her own character, but alas, for now we must say sayonara, and the Shantae fans will have to cry another day. I think all of them were a stab to the gut for some people, at least for a lot of people anyway, because these are highly requested characters that just didn't make the cut, and it's understandable. I mean, once again, I don't care that much, but I understand how it feels to get your heart broken. Okay, so the last thing to do before we end this off is the Famitsu article. So Sakurai released a Famitsu all about Kazuya and kind of where the core concepts of the character come from. So I'm just going to read this off verbatim and we'll just comment as we go, like I said. This is by Nintendo Everything, so shout out Nintendo Everything. And they have Sakurai on how a middle ground was found between Tekken and Smash Bros. Ultimate with Kazuya. Super Smash Bros. 10th DLC fighter Kazuya Mishima has entered the ring. He'll probably have already been released by the time this magazine goes on sale, so I hope you're enjoying him. We released a Sakurai Presents video that's a deeper dive into his unique mechanics, so please check that out. We also briefly touched on this in the video, but today I'd like to dig deeper into the thought process behind putting Kazuya in the game. The decision to add a Tekken character was a huge headache, but in the end I knew we'd make it work. An idea we had was to assign various attacks to different control directions to make it feel like you're using moves from the original game, but ultimately that would only be a front. It's one way to make Tekken characters fit the Smash mold, but it wouldn't be a good embodiment of the original game. So basically he's going into kind of like how hard the character is. And honestly, this actually reminds me of Minecraft, Steve, and how hard they were to put in the game. And I feel like the third-party characters this time kind of all have an alternate reason to being in the game. Not alternate reason, but kind of puts a challenge on Sakurai to get in the game. Minecraft Steve, obviously they had a remake of the whole stage of Sephiroth. Sephiroth was just kind of a second chance at adding more Final Fantasy VII content. And then you have Kazuya, which is they had to take Tekken and put it into Smash Bros, which that was the trouble. So it really just shows how creative Sakurai can be to figuring out the solutions to all these problems. So that's really cool. 3D fighters like Tekken and Virtua Fighter, though like Smash in some ways, are inherently different games. The former are a game of distance. Players gauge the distance to their opponents and judge when each player is vulnerable after attacking. There's an emphasis on calmly assessing the appropriate options, and in some ways similar to rock, paper, scissors. The latter is a game about positioning. You get KO'd at the border of the screen, so being in the middle of the stage is considerably different to being in the corner or in the air. It's a dynamic way of playing and is surprisingly similar to playing marbles. Marbles? What the hell? Oh, okay. That's very random. I mean, I agree with all that. Marbles. Adding Tekken to Smash wasn't about dropping its contents into the game, but embodying Tekken's core concepts, which is basically what Sakurai does with like every single character. It's not about just putting the character in there. It's about making what makes that character special and kind of putting them in the game. And with like these past, present, future series where I analyze like each character and stuff, I kind of go into that a little bit with kind of how each character is made and Sakurai's process behind what it does. But once again, knowing that he's still doing that now is crazy. So Yeah. This time we worked with a few central principles, which in summary were: use Tekken's basic body movements as a base, as well as the extreme power of Kazuya's double form. Maintain one-button inputs for normal moves. Use all 8-way directional inputs to implement different moves. And draw a hard line between combo moves and KO moves. We found that command moves from Tekken needed some adjustment because, above all, they would be weak if left untouched. Leaving those moves unchanged meant that they would have slow attacking speed, no reach, and a lot of recovery. Keeping with the flow of Smash Bros means moves need to charge up before an attack, otherwise they won't be as powerful. There are lots of moves with this drawn out motion in Smash Bros, so this just meant we were keeping Kazuya's moves in line with the rest of the game. It keeps things looking fresh too. Playing around with a completed version of the Smash version of Kazuya, you'll find that building combos is a lot of fun and feels a lot like a fighting game. The balance was a fine line to walk, as it's something where casual players want to try as well. This is particularly true in multiplayer fights, as you can't spend too much time on combos when there are other players and outside factors that might get in your way. One thought I had before the development of the first Smash Bros is that while combos are a part of the game, they don't involve any tactics. The reality is that in Smash, your opponent is controlled by a human, so there'll always be an element of mind games involved. You can't always rely on the combos you practice, which might not feel great when you're on the offense, but with mind games present in other parts of the fight, it's not an issue. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of something that people said where you can face the CPUs, but fighting a CPU and fighting someone online are two completely different experiences, and not just because a person throws their lag switch on when they're losing. But it's more the fact that you get more experience when fighting those people rather than reacting to what an AI does, because an AI and human play two different ways. Like, AI is supposed to be perfect. Humans, they got their own things and they can creatively think of different alternative options to where the AI doesn't. They just do the thing they're programmed to do each and every single time. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think we found a good middle ground with the Smash Bros version of Kazuya, don't you? One last important thing: I'm actually writing this 1 month prior to release, June 24th issue. He might have a lot of moves, but just use the ones you can remember. You don't have to use all of Kazuya, so have fun with the ones you know. Well, I'm recording this 1 month after the release. So, you know, me and Sakurai, we're on the same wave. No, we're not. I'm sorry. So yeah, that was that Famitsu. Kind of give us more of a behind the scenes of Kazuya and how Sakurai came up with the character, and kind of had him go into more detail of that. Sorry I didn't spend too much time on it, but I didn't want to get lost in the sauce, you know what I mean? Overall, I think the character is fantastic. At first, people didn't like it, but I'm glad that people have kind of started warming up to the idea of Kazuya being in Smash, and it seems that lots of people are having fun with him. People are saying that he's really good, and I think obviously with all those tools that he has, he'll be a solid character in the Smash Bros community. Even though he is very slow and his attacks come out really slow, it doesn't matter if they pack a punch and kill, you know what I mean? So with all that being said, that is about that, to be honest. So that is the Kazuya video. That's everything about Kazuya that I wanted to cover. And yeah, so hopefully at this point we've caught up with everything when it comes to Smash Bros and whatnot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos. Once again, just apologies for everything and me being a horrible content creator, but you know what, it's fine. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this episode and want to see what else is on the grill, you guys can check out this whole playlist in the description below, and of course make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want more Smash talk on your plate. Like I said, I know no one's gonna watch this. It's completely fine. I don't mind. I understand why you wouldn't. I mean, who wants to hear old news about Kazuya? But like I said, I try to keep this video at least a little entertaining, so hopefully you guys enjoy it from that point of view. Other than that, I'm gonna get up out of here. So, with all that being said, you can put your spatulas down now, but keep it sizzling, my Baconators. Peace.